Ladies, you gotta compete for your man if you want that man to realize that you are a keeper. See, Americans are a rarity and a specialty here in Germany. So when my husband, back then boyfriend, came to visit me in Germany back in '06, I had to prove to him that I was better than everybody he dated before and that I'm going to be better than everybody that he could possibly date in the future. So I took the man on trips, I bought him everything that he wanted to have and stuff that he didn't even want to have, and I had to let him know, look, I adore you. I appreciate you coming all the way from America to Germany and come visit me, and I have to prove to you, and I will do everything and anything that is in my power to show you that I am the one. Why am I saying this? I just want to tell you, gentlemen, that there are women who will compete for you. So ladies, compete for your man if you want him to know that you're a keeper, and if you don't want to compete for him, don't be mad if he doesn't want to compete for you.
Hello everyone, my name is Angelo and I am a passport brother. I brought my fiance from Vietnam. She's living with me now in the United States. We're married and she has a green card and we're starting to live our best life. So I wanted to just comment on this video because it's all over the internet right now, particularly on TikTok. But I wanted to comment on it. I know this is unusual for me because I don't usually post other people's stuff. But some of the things that this young lady from Germany mentions kind of hits close to home for me. One thing I really need to say is that throughout everything that she said, there's nothing that was wrong or incorrect or a lie. It's all true. And this is indicative of a young lady who understands what men are trying to communicate to women, but often women have their own agenda and kind of disregard the things that men say. So it's really not about men wanting women to chase them. I know that's all over the internet and they talk about soft guy era. We want women chasing us all around the block, but that's not true. It's that we want women to acknowledge and show that they are interested, because then we feel that we have a nice firm ground to stand on. And conversely, if they're not interested, we also want them to communicate that as well so that we'll know to be on our merry way. But women like this ambiguity because they thrive in that kind of environment, because then they can string men along in the friend zone for days and weeks and months and years at a time while they are out there looking for the perfect man. And that's unfair to men. The other thing that she mentions was that she showed her appreciation for this gentleman who's now her husband, I believe, when he came to visit. And that rings true to home for me because, while I was courting my wife, Nia, I traveled to Vietnam at least once a year for 5 years, with the exception of 2020 when we had the pandemic. And in 1 year, actually in 2019, I was there twice. So, I was going through all of this expense and inconvenience and traveling, and it's a 24-hour flight. And when I got there, she just took care of everything. She found out the perfect places to eat. She asked me what kind of foods I wanted. So I had Thai food, I had Japanese food. Of course, I had Vietnamese food. There were a few times I wanted an American breakfast. We went and got an American breakfast. She just handled everything. And she did that to show me, look, I know you've gone through something to get here. And so now when you get here, I'm going to give you some peace. I'm going to give you some rest. I got everything. I got you. That is something that means a lot to a man. And unfortunately, a lot of American women or Westernized women really don't care too much about doing anything for the man. And it brings me back to a point that Kevin Samuels mentions in many of his interviews when he's interviewing women. And these women say that they want a high value man, meaning they want a man who has a lot of income, is, in the top 3% of all men, more than six figures, what have you. And the question that he asked them is, why do they deserve that man? Why do they deserve to have access to this man's resources, to this man's connections, to this man's home, to this man's money, to his finances, to his property, to everything that he's worked so hard for? What makes her believe that she deserves access to that? And most women can't come up with the straight answer. They come up with a bunch of BS, and they twist words around, because deeply in their hearts, it's not about whether or not they deserve it. They just want it. It's just their preference. And that's cool too. But you have to look at how the shoe fits the other foot. Men need to be able to express their preferences as well. And that's why I'm a big advocate for men taking a trip out of the United States, going some places in Europe, or going to South America, or going to other countries in the East, or going to Southeast Asia, and meeting women who are still raised to be wives. Their moms and their dads train them and educate them on how to be a good wife, and that would make them deserving of a good man. And that's the difference that's happening elsewhere that's not happening here, because we have so many single parent households, single moms out there, and they are not training their daughters to become good wives. What they're doing is they're training their daughters to get whatever they can out of a man, and they're training them to think that they are equal to a man, and they're not. None of us are equal. I'm not equal to another man myself. But that's the wrong type of training if you expect to have a long-term, eternal relationship with a member of, the opposite sex, so that you can get married and live happily ever after. So I really like what this woman had to say. I've read the comments, and oh my God, they were just kind of blowing my mind, because these women went on the attack. Typical, shaming tactics, shaming, insults, guilt, and need to be right. They just absolutely launched, a 100% attack on her. But she's weathering it pretty well. And, thumbs up to her for that. One more thing. I wanted to tell you that I did transcribe the video from the young lady from Germany. And so if you want to read her actual words and not have to interpret it through some third party or some repost, then check down below. I've posted her exact words right down below. So check it out. And again, like, comment, and subscribe if there's something of value here for you. All right. Thumbs up to the message that she is deploying out to other women out there, particularly some young women who are still at an age where they can get married to a man now and be with him as he achieves all of the greatness that he needs to achieve, per his own desires. If you've heard anything that you like, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm almost there. Please hit that subscribe button, and I promise you won't regret it. I do not spam. I do not make crazy messages or false promises. I tell you what I've experienced, and again, I'm a big proponent of the K-1 visa for young men who are on their game, who are all about business, who understand the beauty of being married and having someone as your not just your soulmate, but your companion and your source of inspiration and your source of strength when you need it. So the K1 visa gives you access to so many more women out there in the world. And again, women who understand that relationships are a two-way street. It's not just about, Valentine's Day is for her, Christmas is for her, New Year's is for her. It's not about that. It's about two people working together to make each other happy and to support each other as they go off and try to achieve the things that, achieve their heart's desires. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.